Welcome to the 2019 AIGA Branding Symposium. Now, I know the way these symposiums work. They're all at the same time, so you actually have to choose which one you're going to go to, but it looks like we have a full house, so I'm so glad you came here. We have an incredible lineup of speakers. I'm your host, Bobby Martin. So a couple of years ago, I was up here on this stage speaking before a packed house similar to this at the last branding symposium. And I was with my client, the head of creative of MTV. This year, I get to pay it back. You see, the host of that symposium was the 2019 AIGA medalist, Debbie Millman. This year, Debbie is here to grace us with her brilliance, with a comprehensive timeline of branding in 15 minutes. So we will then take a short break, but hurry back to your seats. And you know, if you don't save that seat, then it's gonna go, so figure out a way to do something there. So hurry back to your seats, because kicking off the second part of this symposium is the global design principal at Wolff Olins, Forrest Young. Now, Forrest recently led the rebranding of Uber, so I can't wait to get a peek behind the curtain of some of what happened in remaking that brand, how it all came to life. And closing the symposium this year, we have not one, but two of the most important creative minds in branding today. The co-heads of design of Wieden and Kennedy, California's own Noreen Morioka and Nicole Jacek. But first, those of you who have done the PepsiCo challenge, make sure you go and pick up your bottles at the design fair. And we can't do this without the help of our sponsors. I learned a lot from speaking with Andrew Merriam, and he will be introducing us all to Dot Design. So listen up. I'm sure you'll all want one after he's done.
After seeing a million portfolios that look the same, nobody stands out, nobody has an opinion, nobody has a point of view that actually comes from themselves. And that's not what design is about. Design is not about, making the box that looked like boxes 2 years ago. We need to look into the future. We look at young designers to tell us what we have forgotten to look at.
How can we make sure that the decisions that we make as designers don't have unintended consequences that cause damage or that cause harm to other people? When we look at the industry as a whole, we don't see any conversation about that. And so that's where the design blog, Product Matters, kind of came in to facilitate that.
So there was a well-known designer who asked the community at large on Twitter, please name 5 women in the design industry who you think are valuable. I wanted to pull the list off Twitter so that it could have a more permanent home and make it sortable so that people could find the women who design who are most relevant to them, or if you are working on a conference, you can find some speakers, because there are plenty of panels that do not have equal representation.
We're a global company. We have chosen Bangkok as a hub, a global hub for creativity. With the Caller Design Forums, I think we can really create this dialogue that we're also involved in. We try to be, and I think we manage to be part of their community actually, rather than someone being outside talking to them inside. At the end of the day, we are trying to provide design solutions that can help or satisfy and delight people around the world.
If you think about DCDT as it relates back to the city of Detroit has this DNA of creativity. So if you go back to Henry Ford, we can go back to Thomas Edison. So when DCDT was created, the goal was, can we create a physical place that can bring a lot of these thought leaders or people here to be able to do interesting things. See, where you have blue collar and you have people who might be from the hood, you have someone from the suburbs, and you have that kind of mix, I think you can create some incredible stuff.
So for any of you that are hearing about dot design right now for the very first time, you should know that it functions technically exactly like .com and the other options you already know. It also brands you in a similar way. So just like .ca says you're Canadian and .net says that you couldn't get the .com, .design says you're a professional designer. My name's Andrew Merriam. My team and I launched .design almost exactly 4 years ago today. And considering that .com is just older than I am, I'm pretty sure that we could probably get you a great .design name still. I say pretty sure and probably because in 4 years we've grown a lot. A lot of short names, highly brandable terms have been registered, but I'm confident we could find you something that'll help you stand out from the crowd in a sea of uninspiring .net and hyphenated .com domains. Because .design makes your branding pop. It's elegant, it's explicit, it looks good on business cards, on resumes, it tells the world who you are and what you do. Some of you already have .design. Thank you so much. I hope you got great names. You've created a vibrant community online of all sorts of different designers. And we really appreciate your early adoption. And the last group of you would be folks that you've heard about it before, maybe at a past AIGA conference. If you're not sure, you don't have one yet, please come find us today. We're giving away free .design domain names, so those of you that have been on the sidelines and seen their friends with .design portfolios, or you've seen sites like Uber.design, which is showcasing Forrest's work, or Facebook.design, or Airbnb.design, you can have one too. So we're here at the design, at the break. My colleague Sam and I will be here. The design fair is open at the break. We have colleagues there working the booth. Free .design names, no scary catches. We'll talk through any of your questions. And then the design fair opens for the last time today at noon. So please come talk to us today. Thank you, Bobby, for the time, and thank you, AIGA members, for growing alongside us for the past 4 years.
Thank you, Andrew. All right. It's an interesting time for brands. Many who we felt like we could trust have let us down. Others we look to for inspiration have begun to plateau. In 2018, Facebook was rocked with controversy over privacy, sending their stock into a tailspin, and their CEO, Mark Zuckerberg, was forced to give congressional testimony. Apple's recent launch event left many still wanting. They're searching for new areas of revenue growth because of stalling iPhone sales. So what does it mean? What happens when a brand that's known for being radically innovative doesn't launch a radically new product in years? What role do designers play in all of this? The world is a crazy place. America's a crazy place. But I have hope because I have design. See, designers are inherently optimistic and creative people. You all, that's who I'm talking about. And we have the opportunity to make the world a better place tomorrow than it is today. So what I like about us is we don't have all the answers. We listen, we learn, we collaborate, and after all, we teach. Because that's what design is, isn't it? It's just teaching. It's sharing some information, some ideas, some feeling, without actually saying anything. And if we do it right, we shape culture. If we really care, we figure it out. We figure it out, and then we do more than we're asked to do. Designers stand up for something, even if it means risking it all. So today, we have 4 designers who are doing just that. See, when you close the doors of a company that you run for over 22 years to join forces with your partner to bring critical design into the advertising world, like Noreen Morioka and Nicole Jacek, I find hope. When you work on some of the largest and most complex brands, while also bringing the same level of dedication and design leadership to social justice initiatives, like Forrest Young, I find hope. And when you pay it forward by teaching others about your passion, creating a new generation of thought leaders in culture, behavior, business, and design, like our first speaker, Debbie Millman, I find hope. So when you and all y'all back there believe in yourselves and believe in design, you have to believe that something's bigger than design. Design is going to take you into a bigger and better place. And we can all push culture forward, and we can change the world because we can find hope.